Hello there, Hidden Hermit. How are you? Today is Wednesday, the 16th of January 2019. The sun is at 26 degrees, 23 degrees, 26 degrees Capricorn. The moon is at 23 degrees Taurus. I think I may have swapped them the wrong way around, but never mind. So it's time for a random reading. A lot of earthy vibes going on with Capricorn and Taurus, so we'll see how that pans out. Okay, let's do this. Right, who's this random reading for? We shall ask the fates to decide. Oh, look at that, look at that. What's that? What's that? My brother, who's a gamer, would say that that's out of play, but Taurus moon. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? What are the chances? And Cancer sun. So, do you identify with Cancer as your sun sign and Taurus as your moon sign? Maybe you're feeling particularly earthy at the moment because the moon is the moon's about to leave Taurus, to be fair. So this is who this random reading is for. So, Cancers, you Cancers out there, how's life, Cancer? Is life treating you well? Well, let's find out. Let's find out if what's going on in your periphery, if you like. So this is a random reading. Today I'm using Nadine, my fountain tarot. She hasn't seen a random reading in a few months, I believe. And as usual, I have absolutely no context to a potential question. I don't know what's going on in your lives. I don't know if you need any help in any particular situation. In many ways, these random readings are a bit naughty. But nevertheless, here it is for you. Cancer Sun, Taurus Moon. I'm just giving Nadine a little bit more of a shuffle here. She has been cleansed and shuffled off screen. And this is just to make sure that, well, just for your peace of mind, that I'm not scripting this in any way. Because, well, ooh, look at that. There's Death. Death tried to pop out there. Do you think she's trying to tell us something? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if she pops up again. I think we're shuffled enough. Just one more riffle shuffle. So, what else can be said at the moment? So, astrologically, there's a lot of crazy things going on in Capricorn. Mercury, Saturn, Pluto, and the Sun are all nestling in the sign of the Goat. Don't know if that is affecting you. I'm feeling pretty grounded, actually. There's personally, I am experiencing a bit of a realistic outlook with those placements. It doesn't really coincide with any of my major transits, but I am feeling kind of earthy. If that comes through in the reading, I do not know, but let's find out, shall we? I think Nadine is... in fact, I got a little bit carried away there shuffling. So here we go. I'm just going to cut the deck with my left hand and we'll get ready for it. So I'm going to use my usual 5-card reading for 5-card random reading. Over here is what's going through your heart and mind at the moment, Cancer. Here is a current situation that you may be facing or may very well be facing very, very soon. Down here are energies approaching this situation. Down here are energies surrounding the situation as it is. These two cards do have quite a profound dialogue, usually. And this is a potential future outcome if you choose to change nothing, or energies surrounding that outcome. It is very much open to interpretation. So let's go for this. So, Cancer, what is going through your heart and mind at the moment? We've got the High Priestess, which is fascinating, isn't it? Cancer is indeed ruled by the moon, and the High Priestess is the tarot card attributed to the moon. And so maybe your Taurus moon is becoming quite I mean, yeah, I imagine it would be quite apparent right now at the time of this recording, because the moon is still in Taurus. So, and the High Priestess tells us things about, you know, your intuition, about secrets, about things that are hidden. So what's going through your mind at the moment? Also, Cancer, we've got a very, very strong synastry already. So, Cancer and the moon is in Taurus, and this is for a Taurian moon. So I don't know what that means contextually. I don't know how that is going to manifest in the breadth of this reading, but Perhaps you're feeling quite comfortable at the moment, Cancer. Perhaps you're feeling a little quite stable. Would that be fair? I mean, if a moon card comes up, that it would sometimes suggest a little bit of waxing and waning, a little bit of instability. But because we've got this nice synastry going on, then perhaps you're feeling somewhat comfortable at the moment. I don't know. Maybe she'll will pop up. So the fountain cards, the fountain deck tarot. The High Priestess isn't my favourite, to be honest. She's just got a really odd look on her face. I love her chair. I love the aping of the symbolism in the Waite Smith tarot. So you've got the two veils, if you like, and the moon peeking behind it. You do have water on the ground as well, but I don't know. She just looks really smug, really judgmental, and the High Priestess is in no way judgmental, if you ask me. But anyway, moving on, Cancer. So a current situation you may be facing or will be facing very, very soon is the Two of Pentacles. Now, this is interesting, isn't it? So we're getting that earthy vibe coming through as well, and the Two of Pentacles is Jupiter in Capricorn. So, well, again, more synastry, which is, usually that means that the reading is tapping into something. And obviously, if I took everybody who was a Cancer Sun and a Taurus Moon on the planet, there would be quite a lot of you. And whether these messages are profound to you or not is entirely up to how you interpret them. But the Two of Pentacles, or the Two of Coins here in the Fountain Tarot, are you at the moment, or are you going to be asked to maintain a bit of balance, perhaps? The Two of Pentacles also denotes change sometimes. In the top deck, it is called change. So balance, a kind of juggling of situations. Maybe you've got a choice to make. All the twos in the tarot do kind of allude to some sort of choice that has to be made, or has been made, or you're weighing up your options. And again, you've got this kind of balance, this to-ing and fro-ing. So I don't know, maybe. Are you actually, Cancer? Are you currently facing a decision? Are you facing a choice? Are you experiencing the waxing and waning of human life? Is this something that is manifested for you at the moment? Lots of synastry going on. So energy is sort of coming up to this. So this is very much in the past. So hopefully this will feel familiar with you if the reading's resonating in any way. Is the Ace of Swords. That's fascinating. It's fascinating for the reason that this is the card that I pulled for my daily draw this morning. And the Ace of Swords. So this choice that you're being presented with, this waxing and waning, I think has come from a realization from your mind. The Ace of Swords is, the sword of truth, the sword of knowledge in many ways, and the thoughts and logic. So it's quite pure as well. There's quite pure energy coming up to this choice. So maybe you've realized something. Maybe you've come to an understanding in your life. This situation is manifesting, and you've put a lot of thought into it, and you've come to the realization that you've got a choice to make. And that's potentially why this is going through your heart and mind at the moment. Perhaps you're feeling a little undecided. I'm kind of backtracking a bit. I'm gonna what's the word I'm looking for? Retract? No, it doesn't matter. So that's interesting. A hell of a lot of synastry. We've got a bit of an air element coming through with the Ace of Swords. But yeah, I think this is perhaps denoting a bit of determination as well. I think the Ace of Swords is very pure, and it's airy energies. So I'm expecting these two cards to talk to each other, as they often do. So the energy surrounding the situation as it is, and we've got the Page of Wands. Fascinating. So we've got our water, earth, air and fire element now. So again, that kind of denotes a little bit of balance, really. We've got a major in water, an ace in air, quite a low down number in the earthy. But again, with the sun's in Capricorn, the moon's in Taurus. This is for a Taurus moon. So the Page of Wands is always an interesting character to come along, because she's very courageous. There's an intrinsic beauty about her, a bit of force as well. And I appreciate that the light is not showing you the power of this card in any way. Now, I just looked at this card and I thought, is the Page of Wands carrying a sword there? But of course it's not. She's carrying a wand, because she's the Page of Wands, but she's wielding it much like this sword here. So perhaps you're trying to uncover a truth. Perhaps you're trying to the energy surrounding this choice, this waxing and waning, is you're going to need to tap into something quite bold, I think. Something quite bold. Maybe you need to quest for this answer. To maintain this balance, you need to go on an internal journey. It is an internal journey. You won't have to go on a physical journey. The High Priestess is very much an internal thing. Yeah, so you're going to have to really seek out some of these answers that are humming away inside you. I'm getting really taken with this reading. It feels kind of weird and special in a weird and special way. Okay, so energy surrounding a future outcome, potentially, if you decide to not change things, or if you, yeah, as it is. Let's just turn it over. I'm terrible at this suspense. It's the Ten of Cups. So we're returning to a water element here, and the Ten of Cups is it's also interesting because it's Mars in Pisces. We are approaching Pisces season, and we've got Aquarius to get through soon, but it does denote a bit of comfort and a bit of fulfillment, I would say. You know, that in the Waite Smith imagery, you've got the family that's looking towards the horizon, the cups emblazoning, and this is it's an interesting. These two people here, not only are they having a really good time, but they're elevated on this almost pyramidical altar, almost. So the story as is, as I see it, Cancer. So Cancer, Sun, Taurus, Moon. It feels like you're facing a choice, or you're going to be coming to the realization that you've got a choice to make at the moment. The truth of the matter is you're going to have to use your head, and you're going to have to search in your heart. Go on this quest into your own heart to discover. I'd love to know the nature of this choice. I mean, it is a Pentacles card. I don't know if this is a material thing, so health, wealth, your immediate environment. I don't know. And my guts are telling me that I don't know. So, you know, the sun's in Capricorn. I'm feeling quite earthy, and this is the only earthy influence aside from the sun being in Capricorn. This is interesting. This is very, very interesting. Maybe this decision you have to make will have some sort of implications on a realistic, grounded thing in your immediate environment, Cancer. But I think the way forward, the real signifier here, this kind of pastel looking Page of Wands, you can barely see it. I mean, if I was to cast a bit of shadow, maybe. But there's a definite sense of movement, and as you can see, it's moving to the right as well, which is moving into the future, which is nice. So this Page of Wands energy, it may be really unfamiliar to you, Cancer, and indeed Taurus Moon, to tap into a little bit of fiery energy, but you're going to want to embolden yourself, I think. You're going to have to be quite bold with yourself and your internal dialogue. There's this emotional matter, and you're going to have to use the sword of truth to actually cut to this matter. But what if you do embrace this emboldened energy, if you do approach it with a little bit of playful innocence, I would say, a little bit of curiosity, ask the questions of yourself in a bold, truthful way, really uncover what's going on there to manifest the right choice. And it's going to lead to something quite nice. I think, considering the emotional context, the watery context of the beginning and the end of this spread, plus the fact that you are a Cancer and you are incredibly sensitive, which is, of course, your greatest strength, I reckon this feeling of you know, the satiety and the comfort is going to become from a truthful realization about yourself. So there you have it. What a fascinating... I'm almost getting goosebumps. My biggest clue for you, I think, Cancer, is tap into a little bit of fire. It may feel unfamiliar to you. It may make you feel a little bit uncomfortable, which is the truth. But that's going to help you uncover what's really going on inside you. But good times ahead. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you very much. What an incredible reading. In the meantime, thanks for watching. I am the Hidden Hermit. Take care, everybody.